And something else you said that was interesting when Joey, when you were describing Christian hardcore as both sonically innovative in a way that then there's like a tributary back to the larger hardcore scene, which I would argue, like at least the Christian rock that I grew up with, like Christian rock and pop more broadly, like basically the stuff my youth pastor wanted me to listen to instead of Talking Heads. Uh, this is not true. Like that stuff was
Yeah.
it was so blatantly imitative in a lot of cases that they, you know, famously used to have these posters at Christian bookstores that are like, if you like this problematic secular band, try this Christian band instead. Like you could just it's just yard goods or something. Um,
Yeah, I wrote about Cornerstone Festival. That was sort of the
yes.
beginning of
Yeah.
my piece, was thinking about Cornerstone and like the history of it and the role that it played in fomenting this world. And I went to Cornerstone in 2000 with my brother, um, and his band played. And yeah, like a good solid 70%. As like sort of fun and interesting and I don't know, kind of cool in this sort of just sociological way as Cornerstone was. I mean, yeah, an overwhelming majority of the bands that played there were like explicitly and deliberately like, all right, we like this secular band. Let's do this exact thing
Mm-hmm.
with lyrics that will be marketable to a different target audience. And this it was like the record labels that existed through in the early 90s were largely doing this kind of maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And then the record, like there's a sort of blossoming of record labels that pop up to sort of release these Christian hardcore bands, and then all of those are kind of like the exception that proves the rule in Christian music, right? These were bands that couldn't get signed to these derivative Christian labels because they didn't do the thing right. They weren't like, all right, if you like uh X, like
If you like Minutemen, we're Minutemen, but we suck, and
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple roads to boring conformity. You know, there's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's the like I'm I'm doing art as a form of ministry, and I don't care about the art, and that leads to a kind of stifling conformity. But then there's also the I'm choosing success, which is one of the oldest ways to become boring as an artist, you know, that there is.